everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Eileen at Little Grace Nursery, and if you're new here, welcome. Hit like and subscribe. I'm not sure which which corner it's going to be in. So I finished Sonnet, and I'm a little disappointed with the way she turned out. I ran out of my crimson color, and it was a Genesis heat set paint, so they are no longer making the Genesis paint. So I tried a different color. I guess I have to work with it a little bit before I get the color down exact. And I don't know. I don't know what happened. But I went to gloss the lips, and I thought I had it all done nicely, and some of it dripped. I had her head sitting up so it would stay in her mouth, but for some reason the head tilted and it dried on here. Excuse me. And there's really no way to get it off. I mean, there is, but then I'd have to retouch up the paint. So it just looks like she drooled a little bit. And so anyway, I'm going to root her. And I finally broke down and oops, it's not going to work unless I plug it in. I'll be right back. Okay, so I had to switch up my seating arrangement here. So I finally bought a light. It's got these little clamps that you put it inside the baby's head like that, and then you turn it on. And I love that it heats the head up. Let me turn it on. I love that it heats the head up as well as makes it light for me. I'm going to turn it down because I don't think you can really see. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so let me turn this light on. Whoops. So it might cut down some of the glare because I do like that it softens the vinyl up. So I prefer to root with one of these needles. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me put her head over here for a minute. I prefer to root with one of these needles. It has the bulb on it. And if you ever use one of these, the first time I got it, I'm like, how in the heck does this work? So it's got these two parts, and you just take your I still can't talk. You just take your your noodle needle, your rooting needle. I don't even know if you can see. I can't see very well. Let me turn the light out. So yeah, you take the needle. Can you see the needle? I can't. And you put it in this little base here. And then you take the little black part and you put it on top of the needle. Make sure the needle is between the four little marks there, and then you put this on and you tighten it up. And this is a 43 gauge, I believe, which they're not making anymore through Bountiful Baby for the pre-cut. I don't know if they're making the uncut. The uncut needles look like this. Oops. Oh, here we go. Look like this. And what you want to do with those are you want to take one of these, and you take this little part. It's got a little hook on the end, and you want to slide that into this groove here with the little curved point at the narrowest part, and then you want to stick it in here like that. I'm not using this one. This is a 40 gauge, and it would grab too many hairs. I like to micro root. So the 40 gauge that I have here would grab probably about 3 or 4 of these hairs. So I'm using the 43 gauge. And for this little girl, what I'm going to do is I want to get all the loose hairs out. Whoa, that was quite a bit. I don't know where my trash can went, so now I gotta put it on the floor because I'm all situated. I have to vacuum up here anyway. And then what I do is I just take a small section of hair. I rinsed it first. It's really important to rinse your hair so that the it gets the excess dye out. And once you rinse it in very warm water, you'll see the excess dye coming out. But I'm going to cut some of this off because I want to start where it's even. And oh, I need my trash can. Hold on. Here it is. I don't want to throw all this hair on the floor. Oh my gosh, I was all nice and ready where I was before. I was so proud of myself. So for this hair here, I'm going to take and cut it in half. And you want to root with the top of the hair first. You don't want to root like this is the end of the hair. You don't want to root that into the skull. You want to root this part into the skull. So you want the hair rooted the way that it is growing out. Oops, sorry. This is a little awkward. This is why I don't do too many rooting videos. It's kind of awkward. So I'm going to take my bulb, and I used to start up here, but I don't know. I find it so much easier now to start at the nape of the neck. And I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to go ahead and turn the light out for a second. Oop, that's not out. It's not really out, but I'm going to try and get a little bit closer so you can see. All right. I don't know if you can see, but you want to go up to the very edge and go straight in. Now, I don't know if you could see that piece of hair. Oh, you can't because it didn't take it. Here it is. There we go. And you don't want to be poking all different which ways. You want to poke, I try and think, this is the crown. Some people start up here and start their little circle so that they have a nice wave. But I find it easier to start from the bottom up. That's just the way I root it. I don't know if you can see. So I keep in mind my needle up towards the crown of the head, or the center of the head. So like when I'm over here, I'm going to go up so it's reaching the center of the head. I don't know if you can see or not. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know why, but on this little darling here, she's a Bountiful Baby kit by Pat Moulton, I believe. This is Sonnet. And I'm not going to list her as a boo-boo baby because there were certain little things that I was not too pleased with. Number one, the gloss stripped, but it looks like she's just drooling a little. On the arm, as I was doing the nail tips, I must have gotten some on my finger or something because I got some white marks on her arm, which I did not see. And instead of taking them off and then repainting that part, I just gave her birthmarks. So it doesn't look bad. You can come back. I'll be doing a video of her details and explaining all that. But yeah, so this is how I root. I usually root in front of the TV, but my husband's down there and making noise. And my dogs are down there right now. And I really don't like to root around my dogs because in case someone that's allergic buys the doll, I don't want them to be allergic. So this pillow stays up here or just down with me on my lap while I'm rooting. And yeah. I don't know if you can see. I'm not going to do a video on the whole rooting process, but just part of it, some of it. And while I am rooting, I also comb it. I like getting the tips of the hair and rooting. You can also, which I don't do, but let me show you. If you're just starting out, this might be an easier route to go, is you want to take the hair and fold it like this, and then you can go like this. But see how I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me turn this off all the way. Oops. I don't know if you can see. Kind of like one goes that way and one goes that way because one of the hairs is naturally going down and the other one should really be going like this. But you can still root like that. It still looks good. And a lot of people do root like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But oops. But for a best look, oops, now I forget which one was the top. So, sorry, bye-bye. Not that it would matter. It's just a couple little hairs, but I'm going to turn it back on a little bit because, so I can't see the video on how it looks, on how you can see. But rooting is a rather long process. And I'm going to heat this. A lot of times, if the vinyl is too hard, you start breaking needles. So, and the needles have, I don't know, in my opinion, especially for the pre-cut needles, have gotten pretty expensive. And this is mohair. And I get my mohair from, If I remember, I will put the name of the person. I get it from 2 different places that I really like. This particular mohair, you probably can't see it. There's one hair that's kind of sticking up that I must have grabbed and it didn't take, and I want to get that in. There we go. But I'll try and remember to put them up. This hair came from Poland, and I forget the name of the place. Now, I've seen a lot of people root like this. For some reason, it doesn't always work for me. I find that it pulls too many of the hairs out, but rooting several at a time before you pull it away like that. But then my hair, for some reason, always ends up all uneven. And so then I wind up rooting one at a time like this anyway to get it even again. And by even, I mean even here. So that it's straight. You can also go back over and cut it. So you never want to make your hair too short. There will be some hair that you are going to waste because you want to cut and trim, but you always want to have enough hair. And mohair is expensive too. You don't get a whole lot in a baggie for... But this girl in Poland is very reasonable, and shipping is not really that much. And if you buy a certain amount, she gives you free shipping, which I think is awesome. The other girl that I love some of her hairs. I don't like the tease water as much, which she does have a lot of. But, yeah, I do like some of her other hairs, and she's located in Maryland. But that's pretty much all I buy from, are those 2 people. Every now and then I'll try somebody else, but, you know, the hair I've bought elsewhere, it's okay, but these are my favorites. Alright, I might just hush up for a while and speed the film up. I wanted to stop it here because sometimes you might have a hair that's longer than the others, and when you go and you root it, you'll notice a little teeny piece of hair standing up. You don't want that to happen, because otherwise you're going to have, oops, wrong hair. You're going to have all these little teeny hairs sticking up, and it's not going to lay nice and flat. So always have a pair of tweezers so you can pick that hair out if you notice that. So I'm going to stop right here because I have to go down and check on my dogs. I know, they're my babies. But here's what we've done so far, and as you can see, it is a long process. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to film any more of this right now. I might just go ahead and, oops, here's another little piece. Oh, where'd it go? Here we go. There we are. Okay. So I will see you all on the next video. Come back and watch some more and see how she's progressing. I'll see you all on my next video. Talk to you all later. Love you. Bye. Okay, I'm back. I ran down to check on my dogs because I heard the rain, and I wanted to make sure my husband didn't let them out and forget about them, but they were inside, so I'm feeling much better. But it got really windy, and it blew my window in my dining room, so I know it can be fixed, but it didn't break the window. It just, the little springs on the side of the window, they became unhinged or whatever, so the window opened up, and I got the window back closed, but I can't lock it into place because it's not lining up evenly. So I'll get my husband to do that. And here we go. I'm going to root again, just a little more. Yeah, so yesterday we had snow, and it looked so pretty. And then it turned to sleet a little bit, and then eventually it was raining. And today it's all rain, so there went my snow. Alright, let's get rooting. Whoops. Now my electricity went out. I guess because of the rain, so I'll see you all later. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Bye. Love y'all.